Hey, welcome back.
That is class. Well done.
I think this is the first time we worked our new equipment.
Yeah, we
Welcome
haven't a clue.
back to Everything from Nottingham, Ireland's most celebratory. Am I saying a word, Stephen? Right. Celebratory.
You nearly
stuff.
said celibate.
Yeah, it's actually Hugh's birthday today.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Hugh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Before we introduce our guest, me and Stevie got you presents. Stevie, there's the present you got him.
Oh, is it?
So you can open up that there live on the podcast.
Wow, this
before
is
we go.
exciting.
Yeah.
I like the work that went into the rapping.
That was Stevie. I thought
You rap it,
I said to
Stevie.
him.
Apparently,
I said,
yeah.
is that okay, Stevie? Like, would you not put a
Is
bit
it
of
like
love
something
into it?
rude or something? Is it?
I don't know what it is. I just thought. I know.
Oh,
What is it?
we need one of those. A fire log.
That's a bit inappropriate, Stevie. It's a bit hot
Stevie,
outside
you
for a
picked
fire
it,
log.
Stevie.
After
Yeah.
Thanks, Stevie.
I just got you a bar of chocolate. 'Cause
Oh,
that's
brilliant.
something you actually would
Yeah.
like. I don't know why he got you a fire log on the hottest day of the year. Like, what is that? That's a bit inappropriate.
Why would you do that?
Anyhow.
Anyway, welcome back to Everything from Nottingham. We're joined here this week by James McGrath, who's a wonderful musician from Nenagh, who I came across your song years ago, the A Cans one, and I was actually obsessed with it. I would listen to it on repeat every time I go for a walk somewhere. But yeah, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me, lads.
Yeah.
I just heard that 8 cans one now. I think it's still going around my head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so like that'll be in my head now for weeks. Like every time I
Brilliant.
just listen to it, it's cool. Like
How'd that come about, that song?
8 Cans, actually, I wrote different than every other song.
Yeah.
I just wanted to write very honestly. I was actually looking for 8 cans that night.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for my cousin Kevin to finish work. And I was getting money off him to get 8 cans.
And what, you always, that's the video you in the car as well, is it? No, that's
Yeah. My friend Brian that's in Australia just recorded that in the back of his
And
car.
how long after you wrote the song did you record that video?
The next night.
Oh, wow, cool.
really,
I think the next night or the night after.
that's cool. Like, and were you like? Because it's weird that the video matches, even though it's not like planned, you're just in the back of the car. It matches, like, it feels like, yeah, you are waiting for 8 cans in the car. Were you actually, like...
No, not that, but not that night, but yeah.
There's something
Like
about
before.
that video that matches it or something. I don't
So
know.
perfect.
Yeah, that's just outside the car station in Nenagh.
Oh, really?
We're just fucking around, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
No, you're okay. You can curse.
You're
We do it all the time.
didn't
Yeah, okay.
We're like hard.
Yeah. We're not allowed on RTE, but
Sorry.
allowed on YouTube.
How long did it take you to write that song? And where did you write that song? And what happened?
There's a little room
Yeah.
in my mother and father's house
Yeah.
where dad keeps his bass. My dad's a bass guitar player.
Okay.
And I used to write the songs in there.
Yeah.
Usually when I'm in the horrors from drink and it's really warm and sweaty in there and I'd write songs in there. But I wrote it in that room and it took about 20 minutes, I'd say.
Wow.
That was just quick. It was just in my head and
That's mad.
because I was looking out the window waiting for my
And did you have
cousin.
to polish it up or anything?
No, like sometimes you would with songs,
change
but not with 8 cans, no.
Wow,
just
perfect.
the lyrics were fairly straight and then the song came straight after it.
That's so cool.
And with any, like, with your other songs, even, like, was like you're saying into horrors, like, would that be like your prime moment for being able to write songs? Was that a thing?
Yeah, I always wrote in the horrors.
No
you?
way.
Yeah.
That's mad. That's so interesting. I can't even.
I never really wrote drunk. I wrote when I was kind of coming down off it.
Wow. And would you write, like, at that time, would you even write sober, or would you have to wait? Would you go out drinking just so you could write the next morning? No. Unhealthy. That
I'd
would,
like to say, yeah, it was all research on
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
You know,
I don't even want to be in this pub.
yeah, I'm just doing it for
Yeah.
the job. No, I just happened to write. And I happened to write better when I was in the horrors,
Yeah,
or a bit
yeah.
sensitive, you know, like so.
Yeah.
It's got some amount of views as well. What was it like? Was it how many? people?
40,000.
How many?
40,000.
40,000 people watched that. Like, wow.
Yeah, 8 cans done.
Yeah.
It's probably done my best so far.
Yeah, yeah. And like, did it just fly up all of a sudden, or did it just gradually go up, or what?
I don't know. Back in the day when it first came out, I thought it was going to be viral.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Well, it's not bad.
This thing has gained legs, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we recorded it in England, and it has. Yeah, no, it's still kind of going for me. 8 cans.
You recorded in England. What was that about?
When I went to England, we recorded the 8 cans EP,
You're joking.
and we produced it. And yeah, so
Where was that?
it was in Newcastle under Lyme.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Class.
And like, do you just like, because it's been a few years from that song, like, I'd imagine like it comes across very personal because you can feel it often when you're hearing it, but do you still feel connected to the song? Like, because it's been a few years since you wrote it. Like, do
Did you
you
get the 8 cans since?
yeah.
Too many of them. I'm on Pepsi now.
Have you satisfied the thirst?
Yeah, I've quenched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I feel connected to it? Yeah, I know what you mean, because sometimes when I sing Eight Cans now,
Yeah.
it's like I'm singing a cover from a fella from years
that
ago.
what it feels
I've
like?
gone so used to it. It's like singing a cover that I've learned. When I do Eight Cans, it's like, it's, but I know I'm
mad.
still connected to it. I still know it's still my baby.
Yeah.
But because a lot of people sing it back to me, I feel like I'm singing a cover with everyone.
Yeah, that's mad. I suppose because when you change as well, when you change as a person, like you change who you are. Like at the time, wasn't the same person who wrote the song. Now, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
kinda
I
weird, like-
understand. Yeah,
Come here.
Yeah.
You were saying like this is kind of like your second time round, isn't it, or whatever? What do you mean by that? Like,
I'd kind of went really hard at it. Went to England, done as many gigs as I could, done festivals, had management, got signed.
did you?
They're about we'll call it signed. Yeah, I was signed to a label over there. We were very close to getting signed to RCA, to a big label, and things just fell through. We just didn't get over that last hurdle.
Wow.
And I came back and basically kind of give up. Yeah. But now I'm back at it again. Whatever happened,
You're back in the ring.
I'm back in the ring.
Back in the ring to take another swing.
I'm gonna have another swing at it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
What was was it coming back that sort of made, like, what was the thing that sort of led to you feeling like giving up at the time? Like,
Just I got so close, and then we were knocking on doors, and things were going so well, and then I just couldn't get far. There was nowhere. I just didn't see any other option. I didn't see how to push it, and I wasn't. All I wanted to do was tour, and I couldn't get a tour, and all I wanted to do was, be in a minivan driving around doing your tour, and that didn't happen or wasn't possible. And I just wasn't getting that.
Fine.
That wasn't happening. Like, just came home.
and did you? Yeah. And did you find like, because Ireland, like, I don't know, would if you were doing, did you, even though you still found it hard there, would you find that it was still more likely to do it there than Ireland? Would you have found why? How come you didn't give it that same push here, or did you?
Because I'm useless. I'm just really bad when it comes to like organised. Anyone that knows me, like
Most musicians are, and that's
like I got to the point where I had the following.
Yeah.
But I wasn't able to organise how to do it.
Yeah.
And now it's like, hopefully I can get that back to where I was. But I wasn't organising things right. And I wasn't sticking at gigs, and I was doing everything just wrong. I needed to be a bit more organised.
I'd say I'd love to know, like, if there was like a survey done at how many musicians go through that, like, are real motivated, go to that push, go and do push it, get demotivated and don't get back up. I would say, like, the fact that you're getting back up, going for that round two, like, probably makes your chance of becoming more successful times 10 than any other, like, than probably a large amount of musicians, because that whole getting back up thing in any industry or any job or anything in life is like, it's nearly short. Like, if you can do that, like, you can definitely make it, which is really cool.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, my whole view of what making it is different now.
Yeah, that's cool.
So thank God, like, part of me is happy I didn't make it, or whatever making it is. Like, part of me is happy that I didn't make it back then. When I say make it, I mean like touring and living off it.
Yeah.
Because I was nearly losing myself in the what it meant to me. Like, now it's back to writing again and gigging and live, and I'm very pure again, very trying to be as honest as I can again.
So, like, do you mean like that the idea of touring or being on stage became a more of a priority than the actual music at the time? Like,
Well, I found I was very easily led, and I don't know, I was like I'm big into every type of music.
Okay.
And I found at one stage, like, just because I was listening to like Eminem, I was deciding to like try out stuff like Eminem. Do you know what I mean? And I was
Well, I've seen you do covers of Eminem stuff before in pubs, and it was the best crack ever. And it
love
gets
doing
the pub
covers of
going,
Eminem.
like,
But
I've never seen anyone else do that.
I started putting beats into like songs that shouldn't have beats in it. And I was just getting a bit trigger happy and getting a bit like a kid in a candy store, because we had a studio and stuff. And I was losing myself a small bit, but I think it grounded me a bit coming back, and I'm ready to go again.
That's cool. And is your style different now? Like, what would you say your style of music is now that you go for round two? Like,
First time I can answer this question. A guy in the street yesterday told me I'm alt Americana.
Oh, it's Americana.
I don't know what style I am. I'm
That's
all over.
mad.
Lovely.
What's that similar to? Like, I actually have no idea.
I don't know.
Sounds good.
But it sounded really good.
Yeah, it
So
does.
shout out to David Spade if he's
I
listening.
like it already. I haven't even heard it. Like,
Like
it's a
that's
good
the
name.
case for like any musician. It's like if someone asks like what genre you're playing, or like
Yeah.
most people who are doing their own thing are like I haven't a clue. It's other people give you the genre later. Do you know? It's like
That's true.
a lot of people who like, especially people who get famous, they don't sit in a room and go, "We're going to be this kind of band." They just start playing music, and then suddenly they're like, "Oh, you're this." It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I have no clue what I am.
Yeah.
But do you know? Yeah, I suppose actually, yeah, it just naturally falls into place. And you are you living in Nenagh now? Yeah.
Living in Nenagh, yeah.
And what's your? Because I read, I looked at a thing that was online where you, in a newspaper article a few years ago, you were asked a series of questions, and one of your answers, I think it was, "What's your favorite place? What's your favorite place on earth?" or something like that, and you said Nenagh. Is that still true today?
Yeah.
What about Turles, no?
Yeah, you're
I'm half Turles.
Oh, yeah.
My mother's Turles.
No way.
Half
Turles.
Yeah, my mother's Nevin from Turles.
Oh, yeah, Nevins.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
McDonough Turles.
yeah, I know the Nevins, yeah. Johnny Nevins.
Johnny's my uncle, the taxi
Oh,
driver.
Hello,
No way.
Johnny.
That's right. Half
Very good.
Turles. That's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's class.
I was going to write an album one time called Between Two Towns.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
That's actually right good. Yeah. And do you find that I'm interested because I think we all have this habit of thinking like, oh, our town is like either the worst place or the best. Like we we identify with our town so much because we experience it. Like we'd say like people grow up in Turles, say Turles is mad and like there's all this stuff going on. But like, would you say like what was your like? I don't know how to ask that. Like, would you think that Nenagh and Turles are similar in sense of like stuff around the A cans of like, you know, there's nothing to do in this town and stuff like that. Like, because we had that same experience here. And when I heard that song, basically, I felt like I was like, oh, this guy is talking about Turles. But it's really interesting that it's a completely different town, but we're living the same experience. Like, would you find like that, I don't know, the Nenagh and Turles are similar like that from...
I think everywhere is similar if we're relating it to, like if we're like the Ed Can song I think can be for anyone anywhere.
Yeah.
I think anywhere if you're going through that kind of
It's a universal thing, isn't it?
yeah, that's even when I was writing Ed Cans I was talking for everyone, but
Yeah,
I find Nenagh and Turles very different actually. in
Okay.
ways.
Well,
Yeah. I don't know. We were talking about it earlier,
Yeah.
and
Turles slightly better. Is all
Well, I was thinking of the way we wanted to I wanted to make this a Nenagh podcast. If anyone else, because hopefully there's people from Nenagh watch this, and we want this to be the Nenagh podcast because we've made it in Turles, but we want to make it in Nenagh. So stick around and tell us if you have any other Nenagh people on, and we'll get them on.
we could be
yeah.
big in Nenagh, couldn't we?
oh yeah,
Do you think we could? This
You're
will be
gonna
the
have to say
Nenagh podcast.
Nenagh.
yeah.
We're done with everyone from Turles. We're moving to Nenagh.
Yeah.
We're selling out. We're going to Nenagh now.
Yeah.
But yeah, what would you think is different about just the kind of...
I don't know. They call Nenagh Stranger's Paradise.
Okay.
That's a nickname.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mad.
Everyone in Nenagh knows everyone, and I find in Turles there's more little sections, little pockets of groups.
I agree
yeah.
with that, actually. That's mad. That's really true, actually.
Yeah. So, because I know both towns, and I went out in both towns and have family obviously in both towns.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I find Nenagh more kind of one major group.
Yeah,
and
I know.
Turles loads of different
That's
groups.
interesting. That's actually really true. Like sometimes the groups would cross over here, but barely ever. But you would feel, even if all the groups were in one place, you would feel the different groups in one place. It was not like this one. It always felt like that. Everything's really clicky. Like here, I've always found like the different groups, like all the hurlers and the musicians could be all sessioning together, but it was still this weird clicky thing. I don't know what it is.
Hey, come here. I want to hear about your songwriting, though. Like, do you do it? Do you just do it when you feel like it, or do you actually make an effort to write songs, or what way does it work?
I write most of the words into my phone.
Okay.
So if I'm just out and about, like today, did I? I haven't today, but yesterday I would have.
Just something come into your head,
and I would have
you just
wrote
write
it into
down.
my phone, and then so the lyrics will go into my phone,
Yeah.
and then usually when I'm a bit down and out, sensitive. Thank God I'm not in the horrors anymore. I'm not drinking. I'm 10 weeks off drink, so
Yeah.
so I'm gonna have to try and find a new way of getting into the horrors.
I haven't drank since Christmas.
A shitload of Pepsi.
Next one.
But no, like not by effort, just by accident. Living a boring life. And I actually feel good about it, like, as in, it's just, I couldn't face it anymore.
Brilliant.
It's shit.
You feel good, don't you?
Yeah. Well, anyway, so you haven't drank, so is that causing a problem for you now?
Well, right? No.
We have drink here if it helps.
But no, I'm good. Thanks. I'm good. No. I can. I just when I'm writing a melody,
Yeah.
I like to be a bit fucked up in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite freer, is it? Or
I just like to get. It's like you're releasing something.
and it's
So I'll have my words ready, but I
Yeah.
want to release that energy.
Okay.
That's in me.
Yeah.
I can't like. I just the only time I sing and shit is on my own, and the only time I can actually want to sing is when I'm actually feeling emotional, and I just like it's this weird thing like you do release it, and it's like I've actually figured out problems I didn't know I've had by just letting the words come out and be like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be like, and then it's interesting. Like it's a.
And like, do you just come up with the melody first and then try and find words to fit it or what?
I'm very I throw out a lot of stuff and I dismiss a lot of stuff. So I know I get this feeling if I think it's worthy to show it people.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a mad professor thing. I get this.
Yeah.
I get this feeling when I know I've hit the.
And
what I
you're
want.
strumming around chords and stuff while you're doing this.
Oh, yeah.
And just anything and see what comes. Yeah.
I could write a song like. I always thought I'd make an alright rapper, freestyle rapper, because I could write a song.
Yeah.
Like off the cuff at any time, but for me to actually want to
do something with it.
Do you know what I mean? If I want this is a song I want to put out, I want to. It's different.
Lovely, yeah.
Or maybe I'm just lazy. I don't know.
When you were saying about like you put your lyrics in your phone, like do you just use like the regular notes app or do you have a specific app for it? Because like I used to always use my notes app for writing my lyrics, and then my phone randomly broke one day and I lost all my lyrics. So I just downloaded an app that you have to actually have an account for. So now I'm safe. My lyrics won't go anywhere anymore.
I should do that. I've lost. You actually maybe I'm really lazy because I put it down. I've lost 3 or 4 phones that have like
really good songs,
loads of lyrics, and I just go, wasn't meant to be. For what's for me won't go by me. I keep
exactly.
saying it's
Perfect. You're dead right.
But no, that's just me dealing with it.
Yeah.
So I've lost lots and lots of lyrics. Yeah.
But I only started doing that about a year ago because like I'd gotten a new phone and I had my old phone there and I was like, no, yeah, that's fine. And one day I went to turn it on and it just didn't turn on and I was like, I'm after losing about 6 songs, like. And I was like pure devastated for ages. Then I was like, it's the same thing, like what'll be will be. And then like the songs I did really like, I noticed like some of those lyrics were coming back to me, and I was like rewriting the songs.
I was going to ask you, were you able to rewrite them, like, or is it?
Not always, sometimes, but not always. I feel like I've lost. I had a song called "This Town," and that was before 8 Cans.
Yeah,
and I thought it was stronger than 8 Cans.
No way.
And all I remembered was the title. And my friend that I lived with, Groover, in the flat, doesn't remember it either. So.
Would you have played that in gigs? No, because that sounds vaguely familiar.
I might have played it once or twice. That'd be it.
Stevie is recording of it.
Yeah,
he's going to release it next year.
No, I wouldn't have recorded of it. But I think I saw you gig in Nenagh.
He knows it.
Where was it in Nenagh?
You can pass it off as your own. There's no hassle.
I think I saw you gig in a pub in Nenagh once. I can't remember what it was. Or you came up and did a few songs in the middle of a strings and things set.
Right.
It was in I can't think of the name of the pub in Nenagh at all. No, anyway, but like as soon as you said "This Town," that sounds familiar. I feel like you did it then.
Played it once or twice, and I just don't have it anymore.
Because I remember the first song I would have heard you do was "Race to the Bottom." It was on Lash of the Glash like CD that they did.
Oh yeah.
And "Race to the Bottom" was on it as far as I remember. I think that was the first song I would have heard for you, and then I discovered 8 Cans and the other ones that were
Right, good. My mother hates "Race to the Bottom," and my father loves it. So that's the yin and yang.
Why does she hate it? Why?
So suicide references.
Oh, is it? Okay, right.
And my father loves it because of the structure of the song. He'd be more into it.
Yeah. Does he write songs?
He doesn't write songs. Well, he did, I think, when he was younger. But no, he's a bass player. He's just big into music. Like that's where I get my music from.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Like, would you have heard him playing and stuff like that?
Oh yeah.
And that's cool. It's mad the effect that has, like the amount of musicians where that's the case, like just being around that environment. That's why it's really cool to see more stuff, like creating more spaces in Thurles or Nenagh, places like that aren't just GEA, because the reason so many of us picked up Hurleys is because everyone else is picking up Hurleys. So the more people that pick up guitars, or the environments that were around that pick up guitars, the more other people will pick it up.
Yeah.
So put down your Hurleys and start picking up the guitars. We ban. I don't know. I know they're both good crack. But you never did you ever play a hurling or a GEA? Like were you ever either? Yeah.
I tried hurling, but like to give an example of how bad I was at hurling, like I went to hurling training and I turned up to play, was it under 12s for drum,
Okay.
And I ended up playing under 8s for the other team because they were short players, and they were like,
Oh,
sure, look,
fuck's
yeah, you can
sake,
play for them, it's fine.
That's her.
I think I went
Stupid
hurler
that they
train
did
for
that though. Like.
2 months maybe
That's mad.
total.
And would you have in Nenagh had any like have you played when you were growing up? Did you play GA or you ever?
I was. Did I play? I was on the hurling team. I didn't play or start.
Yeah.
On the bench.
It's so bizarre that we all did. Like everyone did. It's such a like in America. It's not.
I wasn't good at it, but I.
Yeah. Yeah. And there was a thing I was going to ask about. You know that like newspaper article thing. There's a question and answer that you answered that I thought was really interesting. So what do you believe in? You just said everything.
Yeah.
One word.
Yeah.
Are you able to expand on that, or is that just it? Like,
I do believe in everything.
just like
I'm the opposite of atheist or agnostic. I believe in everything.
that's really cool. 'Cause I'm literally the exact same. Like
I
as
believe in God. I believe in fairies. I believe in fucking
Yeah.
That's plausible that everything exists and nothing exists.
It's really funny. Like that's literally what I think is like every story, even in movies, like I believe every story or every opinion or idea because someone thought about it that it's real. And because the thought is real. Like
well, yeah,
mad.
it is real because we've mentioned it. So.
Well, I love that one word answer for such a big question. Like it's cool. Like, yeah. The other one as well was what was it? Yeah, so that's what I was interested as well. Are you like? Because you said when is it okay to when is it okay to lie? And you said when the big man okays it.
Yeah.
And so is that like? Do you believe in like a higher power?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I say my prayers at night, and
yeah,
I do. Yeah, I consider myself somewhat like religious. Yeah.
In a kind of Christian standpoint.
Catholic. Yeah.
Catholic, cool. Yeah. And because I would as well. Like it's funny. I recently started like looking at prayers in a different way.
Yeah.
Like and seeing like what they're asking for, and it's not always like literal, and I could like see the effect, and I don't know. It's really.
Do you use any like the imagery and stuff out of the Bible and stuff in your songs, or do you ever use?
Yeah, I have a song called "The Saint."
Have you? Wow.
That's I wrote that. I was going through a really bad time.
Yeah.
Drinking wise, like really, really bad. I was trying to get off drink, and I was going through spasms, and I asked my mother, would she give me? She has tablets for her back. Would she give me something to bring me down? And she said no. She gave me a book of Padre Pio.
Yeah.
I often tell this story at gigs actually about this, it's about the saint. And she gave me this book of Padre Pio, and I didn't think I'd make it through the night. I was just holding the book.
Yeah.
And the song is about a saint appearing. So
Did you see anything? No.
No, I just held that. But I wrote the song about a saint appearing.
Wow.
So I consider the song kind of the apparition itself.
My mother is big into Padre Pio. And she's got like this Padre Pio oil that like cures everything, you know.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
The Scent of the Roses was the name of the book actually.
Yeah,
so I think
it's something to do with that actually as well.
I think the oil probably would be roses.
Yeah. And it just makes people relax. Oil of gladness or something like that.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, and like doesn't really matter what's wrong with you, like it's all good.
That's mad. Would you have been religious from a young age, like, or?
Yeah. Well, probably not aware. Like only like now, it's a conscious decision to. Yeah. I grew up like my mother would tell us go to mass, but we'd be pretending to go to mass. And normal stuff. Yeah.
You know, I used to be when I was younger. I used to be afraid of heaven. Not
afraid of heaven.
Yeah, because I was trying to, as a young age, I was trying to conceptualize of eternity, and it used to fucking freak me out. I go, oh man, I'm not going to the one place forever. I was like, will it not get boring? Like, but now I kind of understand it a bit different of the idea of it anyway. But when I was younger, I was like, I couldn't sit still for 5 minutes. I'm going to sit there for eternity. You know, I was kind of spooked, like, but I became comfortable with the idea of eternity later on. After a few drinks too.
That's mad. I've never heard of someone being afraid of heaven.
Terrified of it. I was crying like when I was younger. The idea of going to heaven, didn't want to go.
Should write a song about that.
Yeah.
I didn't think they'd let me in.
Did anyone in your family ever like dress up as heaven for Halloween to spook you?
Oh yeah, what does it look like?
I was picturing a lot of negotiation at the gates.
Oh yeah.
It's every like even nightclubs. I never think they'd let me in. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's always like, why would heaven let me in? You know what I mean?
These are great lines. They'd be like, afraid of heaven. Why would heaven let me in?
Sorry, bud. Regulars only. You know.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud.
That's I was thinking.
When we were younger, that was every time we went to any pub or club and dub. Sorry, bud. No, regulars.
There we go. A song title: Heaven's Gate nightclub.
Yeah, that's interesting because I've never not got into a place, no matter even at a young age. I was always able to sneak in somewhere. So I'd be interested out with the challenge to try sneak into heaven.
You're gonna hop into heaven.
Yeah.
You text one of the lads and see what wristbands they
Fake
have.
wristband, yeah. But yeah, like, do you ever like I don't know, find like that? What does like knowing that, like, or believing and knowing to you that there's something bigger, like, does that ever give you a sense of comfort, like, or a sense of like a sense of like, what's the word, like position in the world, or being, like, do you ever feel I don't know what the word is, like, do you ever does it give you like a sense of grounding, like, to know?
I don't know. It's nice to believe in something, like but you have your doubts, like, so you'd. But I can't imagine not believing in something.
Yeah.
I can't imagine not. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I can't imagine not believing in something, or not saying sorry to someone, or thanking someone, or I just. I do. For me, that's.
Yeah.
That's it.
And do you believe in?
I'm kind of all or nothing. It's definitely true. Everything is amazing, and then there's nothing. I flick between them all, and we're all doomed. We're gonna die.
Yeah.
I flick between the two of them.
Right.
Which is your favorite one?
Fucking what? You know what I mean? You need a bit of yin and yang in your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need a bit of
definitely natural.
Bit of fear and a bit of excitement.
Yeah. And what about you?
No, I don't believe in anything.
Steve,
I'm like the opposite. I can't imagine what it's like to believe in it, because I remember in school when, like, I found out people, like, actually believed in God, and it wasn't just like a thing we did, like praying and stuff. And it was just really weird to me, because I've just never had that feeling. But, like, I'm still really interested when people do, because it's like, it's something I'll never experience in the same way as, like, you know, like, someone who does believe will never experience kind of the way my mind is either. Like, and it's just kind of a cool thing that's like, you know, different people just kind of come to those different conclusions and stuff. Like, I'm so even though, like, I have no beliefs at all, I'm not really judging about and saying, oh, fuck's sake, people who do believe. Like, it's like, no, sure, like, I could easily, like, pass away and, like, be completely wrong, like, you know.
Yeah. Could you believe in like, kind of that there's something else, like, as in, like, that this could be a simulation, or, you know what I mean?
No,
why not?
like, I don't believe in fairies. I don't believe in ghosts.
What?
I don't believe in heaven. I don't believe in hell.
fairies?
I don't, like.
Do you believe in the neighbours?
If you're wrong, it's good, isn't it?
Like, do you believe in the field behind the wall that we can't see?
Well, yeah, but you can prove that. I don't know, like.
I know, yeah, but it's weird that, and I'm not like trying to argue or anything like that, but what always weirded me out is that I can't actually prove that unless we walk over there. But then we walk over there, I can't prove that the place we came from is still there. I used to have this.
You can fly a drone and then you're covered for the whole area, like.
Well, the drone, and what's the drone? Pixels. But yeah, I used to get freaked out as well when I was younger, that, like, maybe this is like a narcissist thing, that the whole world would stop if I wasn't in the room. But I used to get terrified that, like, if I went into every room I would go into, that the other rooms I left at, everything would stop. I don't know, it's this really weird
Well,
fear.
that does happen. Like, we're all actors, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Okay, just me.
You are.
Let them under a spell.
But then I'd be like, as a young lad, I'd be like peeking into parents, and they'd be like, you know, trying to peek in the door, see if they're still moving and shit. They don't.
Would they be moving?
Stopped in animation. Yeah, they would. Yeah.
They could be completely in character.
Yeah,
I actually said that to Larry the other day. I said we were in Lidl shopping.
Yeah.
And I turned around and said, I nearly cut this guy out of character.
Yeah.
The Truman Show.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
I
funny.
never believed in something like that, but I'd always entertained those ideas. Like, I remember when I was like 8 or 9 years old, I just thought it was funny to think about, like, imagine if the world was just like a big dollhouse, like, and it's like everyone was just being controlled by, like, someone in a dollhouse.
Yeah.
And, like, little things like that. So I never believed it, but I used to just kind of get enjoyment out of entertaining the ideas anyway, like.
Yeah, that's what the whole thing, all the theories as well, is just like, whether it's like a simulation or a god or anything, like, that's why I believe in everything, is because the one thing that that no matter what the theory is, when they stop, no matter how bizarre it is, the reality that we all experience together is that we can laugh and you can love and you can play music and shit like that. So, like, to me, it's like, I don't know. That's the coolest part. Is I used to be freaked out of all these different things, but now I'm like, no matter what it is, we still get to laugh, love, play music, and shit doesn't matter. Like, so, and it's all good, really. Like,
yeah, it makes no difference to me if someone believes or doesn't believe. Some of my best friends are like, this is probably doesn't contradictory, but devout atheists.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're some of the nicest people I know.
Yeah.
And which I think is really nice because
Yeah.
sometimes I think atheists are even nicer than like Christians or whatever religion.
Yeah.
Because they're not doing it just to get brownie points when they're dying going to heaven.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, a shout out to my friend Doc. Who'll be a proud atheist. And like, you know, he's not doing it to get some brownie points. He's just a really nice guy because he's a nice guy. You know what I mean? It's not just because he's not trying to, which I find he's going straight to heaven.
Yeah,
Doc. You're going to heaven, Doc.
Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not.
That's funny. No, it's true because there is a real, like, you see it really in like certain parts of other countries where there's like a real toxic, like, Christian sort of thing where they're like, you know, they're going out praying, you know, to God and stuff like that, but behind doors they're doing all sorts of mad shit behind closed doors. But so it's really cool when you have like atheists who, if the idea that someone believes that nothing happens and this is it and none of it means anything, and to feel that and still do nice things and be a nice person is I think the most noble thing. Like,
I totally agree. Yeah,
I met a nice atheist woman during the week. She was entertaining and she was good fun. But she said, God didn't make us in His likeness. We made Him in our likeness with our own hatred and bigotry.
Yeah,
that's what she said.
That's
like,
mad,
she was kind of hardcore protester.
Yeah.
So, and I did like that. She said, like, it kind of made sense to me that you know, a lot of these hardcore religions and stuff like that, where they stone people for all that. God, they did make their God in their likeness, you know.
But that's why like, the Bible doesn't actually say but that's why I'm on your point that the Bible doesn't say that you know, that gay people are bad and all this shit. People decided to change the words in their likeness and say God said this, God said that, but God never said anything other than be sound to each other, like, you know, the bottom line, like. And then it's weird, like.
So she was fun.
Yeah, it was funny. And I don't know.
Hey, what about recording and stuff? How do you record at home, or what do you do? Or
oh, I wish I did. I'm terrible that way.
Yeah.
Actually, on that note, I'm probably roaring and shouting.
No, you're not. It's fine. I can hear it here now.
Okay,
perfect.
No, it's good.
No, I'm terrible that way. Like, I meet all my friends that play music and that are able to record themselves. And it was a conscious decision when I was younger not to get into the Pro Tools and all that. My friend, the guitar player of our band at the time, Toots, told me as a writer not to get into the Pro Tools side of it, because you'll start dissecting every part of it musically and you'll stop hearing the whole song. Like he went into the whole. He's genius with waves and sound.
Would you just record into your phone then, or
I'd record
guitar?
Yeah, acoustic guitar and singing. I'd have a couple of chords on piano and that's it. But
and would you layer it up or anything? No,
I don't even.
No,
I don't have any program.
Okay, yeah.
No, like it's a little bit of my downfall these days now, because I wouldn't mind producing it myself. But when I go to a studio, like usually I'll work with the producer.
It might be a good thing though, because there have to be stronger songs that.
I just focus on the song itself.
So you can't disguise a bad song with layers. You know what I mean?
No, you can't. You can't.
Whereas if it works on an acoustic guitar, it's a good song.
Yeah.
That's really
I was taught that if you can play it, there's your song.
That's it.
Then you can go and have your fun with it.
And treat it as a separate process.
Yeah.
We're doing architecture thing. It's kind of like that. You puke out all mad shit of what you want and play with it forever, and then you bring the logic in afterwards. Like, you know what I mean? And that's kind of like that you don't be worrying about rules and regulations and shit when you're being creative. You know?
No. Sometimes I write a song without actually having the guitar near me. I mean the melody and like the whole song.
Would you? Yeah.
I just sing going for a walk. I'll go. This is how I want the song to sound fully.
And could you record it into your phone?
Yeah, I'd be singing walking.
Yeah.
That's class.
And then when I go home, then I'll put chords to it. Then.
That's cool,
because it's how I wanted the song to sound.
You're completely free then of worrying about what
like
the rules.
There's no cage on you.
Yeah. That's class. Whereas if you were going like this, you go, that's a fucking hard chord.
Race to the Bottom actually was wrote like that.
Was it?
Yeah. Because I was walking. I remember where I was walking to my Auntie Louise's house, and I was singing "Light Up My Brittle Little," and I said I'll put it to music when I get home.
Yeah.
And when you went to try and work out the chords, did you know you didn't know what the chords were until you started playing with the guitar? Did you? And you
I hit the first chord or two, and then I found the structure because I wanted to do the jazz.
And was it an easy structure, or was it something difficult to do?
No, actually, when we were in England and we were recording, Jim, my manager at the time, was he was charting it for Scott that we were producing it, and he goes, do you know what way you've actually done this? And I hadn't a clue. He said it was actually quite interesting.
Complex.
Yeah. But to me, it wasn't, because it's just the way I had done it in my head.
That's class.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, it's a lot of people I know who get so into music and get so good at they actually stop enjoying gigs in the same way, like, because they can't go to a gig without being like, oh, that sounds bad and that sounds this, and they can't listen to a song without hearing all the layers at once, and like
I think even that
weird.
It Cans thing, the way it is, like with your thing in the guitar, and it works because they say you should like cook like an Italian, use less ingredients because it's good.
Yeah.
Whereas people can't help themselves by putting fucking strings on shit and building it up and it becomes muck, doesn't it?
I got carried away myself when I went to England, and we put a lot of stuff onto certain songs, but then we nailed it. Then when we done it live, we started doing things live and putting less into it.
Less
over there,
more.
like She's on Drugs and Camel Suit and A-Cans and all that. We started doing them live, and it was
just much better.
Yeah, that feeling. Yeah.
Your man, who was it? I think it was John Lennon used to say like that none of their records sounded like Germany. You know what I mean? Like that nobody really captured their sound because it was much better and raw, and But once again, in the studio, and like George Martin is a genius and all that, but like. They never actually captured the essence of what the Beatles were back in the early days. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just think
that's class. That A-Cans thing does capture that essence of what the whole thing is. Prosody, all works of art have the same thing, where all the units work together, and that is captured in that A-Cans thing. That everything is working to give the same message, like even the recording of it. Which is class.
Yeah, we done the. Yeah, Cans. I was always like, I can be a bit too precious with my songs, and like I have another song, Tony Montana, and I've recorded it so many different times, and it's hard to know if you've captured it or not. So sometimes you have to just let go,
and you need to go away from it for a while as well to get a bit of perspective on it.
Yeah.
Where with this whole, like, you're going for round 2 now, which and you said you'd have a different idea of making it now. What's the thing? Do you have a goal you're aiming for? Where you could say, okay, I succeeded with round 2. Is there a point you're trying to get to feel like you won round 2?
Yeah, okay. It's not it. Okay, to have a full album out that I'm happy with.
Lovely.
Okay.
A full album.
Lovely.
A full album that I'm happy with, and to be on tour while the album is.
That's class.
Just while the album's on, to be on a tour, UK Irish tour. That's it. And that means I've made it, like, to me.
Yeah.
And anything extra, anything that happens after that is fine. But just to be on tour while that album, the full produced album that I like, is out. And that's it. And then, like, if that happens, I'm like, this is my album, and these are the songs.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's it. It's simple enough.
So cool.
Yeah.
That's class. Yeah.
Was there one like song like that when you wrote and you went, oh fuck it, I've taken it to another level now? Like, I remember it was Noel Gallagher. Was it what song was it? Where he wrote a good few songs, but this one particular one where he just took it up over the. Did you ever hit a song and go, Jesus? Woo.
I think The Saint has something.
Yeah, that brought it up another level.
Maybe not another level in like song terms. Definitely, it does. It's something different than the rest of the songs, anyway.
What's that song? You and I Gonna Live Forever.
Champagne Supernova.
No, it's called Live Forever, isn't it? No.
Yeah,
Live Forever.
Sorry, yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. That was the one he went, oh shit, oh fuck.
When I wrote A-Cans, I think when I wrote that, I said, right, a few of the lads are going to like this. So that one kind of clicked. The Early House, the one that's out at the moment. When I wrote that.
Is that the country style one? Yeah, that's cool. What? Yeah, sorry, go on anyway. Yours.
Yeah, when I wrote that, I went, actually, no, I'm kind of lying there. No, when I heard that, when we recorded that, I went, oh, I love the way that sounds. Because I just had this, that's probably the best recording I've done.
Whoa.
The Early House.
Where did you record that?
It's the best recording I've done in a while. Because it's a different style. That, and I love She's on Drugs as well. Like the two recordings I'm very proud of. So
where were they recorded?
The Early House is recorded with Peter Maher in Middlewalk Studios in Cloughjordan.
Oh, very good.
Just outside of Nenagh.
Lovely.
And She's on Drugs was recorded with Scott Ralph and Jim Kirkpatrick in England, in Newcastle under Lyme.
Oh, wow.
So.
That's cool. Do you listen to your own like music? Like, would you go for a walk and listen to it?
No.
I listen back to it sometimes. Like, But out of like without out of review, like would you ever do you find it weird to listen to your own music, like, or would you ever, are you able to listen to it objectively, like as in like, oh, I just like this song and I want to listen to it? Do you ever do that? Like,
no.
Okay.
No, if I'm listening to it, it's to criticize it or to go back and pick it apart.
Did you ever stumble upon somebody else listening to your music?
Yeah.
Did you?
My mother.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
That's cool. That's cool.
That's class.
She, I have.
Yeah, that's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's really, I feel proud because you often feel when you're a songwriter and you're not gigging every weekend, bringing in an income. Do you know what I mean? You feel a bit of a failure sometimes.
Yeah.
But when you find someone else listening to you, or a message, I got a few messages from lads and girls 16, 17 going, thank you so much, I was depressed and Bad Ben's got me through this, or
Lovely.
Race to the Bottom got me through this. I'm like, all right, I am doing something.
Lovely.
Yeah,
because you can, when you start getting to my age now and you're going, okay, am I fucking around here, or is it or should I stay doing what I'm doing? But you get them messages, or you get people going, I'm listening to you, go, okay.
But we were listening. If you'd stumbled in here earlier on, you would have heard us.
When that 8 Cans did that song did that for me a few years back, like it genuinely, like I was saying earlier, where I was like, oh, I thought Turles was just like this song. You sang a song, I was like, this lad's from Nenagh, but yeah, he's singing a song about Turles. You know what I mean? As in my head, in an isolated world, thought like, that song was even able to put into, like, in the simplest way possible, words to emotions I was feeling, and that's why I was able to listen. I listened to it so much to be able to feel those emotions. Like, it was sort of similar. I was saying when I sing my own stuff, messing around to release emotions, like just a few songs that come up every now and again that I listen to over and over again to other people, right? That did that, and at the time that song did that. It just put into perspective of like, holy shit, the whole country, like, it was like, Nenagh, Turles and every other town has experienced this, like, and this is normal. That this whole, like, just something about the energy of that song, like, it just, really
the thing about that, like, it's kind of like when your brain gets infected with a song like that. I really liked it when we were listening to it. So I'm going to have to drive around to the Jeep listening to that and repeat until I'm completely sick of it.
Get out of your
that's the only way I can deal with that now.
What's that? That's mad.
That's brilliant that you're saying that, because I remember the night I wrote that, I said, I'm going to try as hard as I can not to put in any metaphors or just write directly. Because you can get so carried away with writing indirectly and leaving it up. No, just write. I'll get another 8 cans. And I've been trying ever since to get another ones.
But it's really, it's very rare you ever hear songs, because it's nearly a cheat code to, when writing songs, to be able to write songs with metaphors and stuff like that, because you can't be wrong when you're talking about the blue sky means this or that. Like, when you're talking directly and you're telling a story like that, that's a really hard thing to do and get it to sound good and to convey a story that's relatable to everyone without symbolism or metaphors and stuff like that. It's really rare to actually come across that.
Yeah, I kind of, that's kind of what I really try. I try that a lot in the songs. Like in the Early House is fairly direct as well, and there's a good few songs that are direct. Yeah.
Do you remember what was that Scottish band called? I've got the same jeans on for 4
The View.
Oh yeah,
that was
brilliant,
wasn't it?
Yeah, they're back now. Actually,
are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of direct,
isn't it? I just loved it. Yeah. That kind of reminded your style kind of reminded me of that, like a bit, like kind of.
Cool. I love The View.
That's class.
No, it's just direct.
And what is there, like, because are you going for a country style now in your new stuff, or was that just your latest song?
I want to do a country album.
Okay.
Yeah, an original country album. I won't do any covers, but along with another album, I want 2 of them to be released at the same time.
Okay.
Because I have that amount of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I have that volume of stuff, and I see lately like loads of people releasing a lot. All the bigger artists. So I have enough stuff to do that.
Cool.
I have enough stuff to do a country album, which I'd be hoping to do with Peter Maher, who done the Early House. I just think he's brilliant.
Yeah, it's a really clean sounding. It's well made. Like.
I just really thank the people.
That's the guy in Clockjordan, isn't it?
Yeah, he's phenomenal. Like, so I'm really happy with that. I'd love to do a country style. Not completely country, like Americana again. I have that word now. Yeah, alt Americana. But that vibe and that, and I'd like to do another album. Do you know what I mean? With some older songs I want to record and something a bit. Have 2 albums.
Class.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, no, it is cool to put it out, because if you put out 2 different, I don't know, because you see artists doing that now, actually, like putting out albums completely different styles, like, and I think that's really cool. Like,
I think it's brilliant. I always wanted to do that. I always wanted to have not be bound by a category.
Yeah.
So it's, and I think that's a great idea. I see Post Malone doing it all the time. Like,
yeah, he's savage at it, actually. Like I remember, like actually, it was because I heard him do like covers of Nirvana and stuff like that. I didn't like his stuff at first.
Yeah.
But now, like then I heard him do other stuff like covers of Nirvana and stuff, and then I was able to like connect with him. And now I like his older stuff because I could appreciate it from a different way. Like it started like his hip hop stuff.
My brother was trying to get me to listen to him for ages, and I thought it was just the stuff you hear on the radio. And I went, no. And it's not that I went against that stuff. I just wasn't on that vibe.
Yeah.
And then I heard him singing country. Have you heard him doing country?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's really cool.
phenomenal! Like, and but I liked him anyway because I had caught him in an interview. I watched one of his interviews, and I was like, there's something about this lad. He does so many different stuff like it.
Yeah, you come across people like that. It's like they've really found like the security in the style they like or who they are and stuff like that. I think that's like the key ingredient to success.
Yeah.
Do you find going into the studio a bit daunting at all? Would you ever go into a new studio?
Oh, I love it.
Do you? Even like first time in that you haven't met any of these people before or anything?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I've got really weird anxiety.
Yeah?
I'm not nervous. I'm nervous kind of now.
Okay.
And I'm nervous about already. To be very honest with you, I'm nervous about the start when we started talking here.
Yeah.
And I'm worried, was I too loud or what did I say? Am I
You
being
are.
nervous?
It's all in here. I can hear it anyway.
Am I
It's
being
good.
fake? And I'm nervous on a day-to-day anxiety.
Okay,
But
yeah.
on stage, I'm not nervous.
Wow.
That's
In a
nice.
studio, I'm not nervous.
Wow.
When I'm doing the music, I'm not nervous.
That's cool.
But take me away from that, I'm nervous at everything.
Wow.
That's
That's class.
So,
That's mad.
the studio
How
I
did you
love.
get in touch with your man in Clock Jordan anyway? Like,
Oh, he's one of my dad's best friends. Dad plays bass with him.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
What, have they a band? Yeah. Or what?
Peter's playing with the Conquerors now, I think. He does a lot of stuff with Nathan Carter, and
class.
he's just
Wow.
a great friend of Dad's, and
Yeah. That's so cool.
and mine. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah. Like Nathan Carter is some business, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I really respect that. Someone like that goes around and treats all their public really well and meets them all and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
he's brilliant.
A lot of people could learn from that. Like, you know.
Nathan Carter's father gave us a tenner once. We were busking. We were busking in Dublin. Busking in Dublin. Like this guy just gave money and then like started chatting away to us and stuff about music and like saying that he loves folk. And then he's like, "Oh, you might know my son." And we're like, "Oh, who's this?" Like, "Oh, Nathan Carter." Like, and I was like, "Oh, yeah." Well, like Wagon Wheel was huge at the time. Like, so I was like, "Of course we know who he is." Like.
Yeah.
That's bizarre. He turned on the Christmas lights in Thurles a few years ago. I don't know. Yeah, it was really random. Like, I don't know, people. I know what that's about. Like getting people to turn on. Probably cost the town a fair bit of money to get. No one was even there. Like, 'cause no one cares about the Christmas light. Like, you could get whoever to turn on the lights and people won't go because it's like
That's a big thing over in England, getting people to turn on the lights. Like,
is it?
Yeah.
I got to turn on the lights once
Did
for
you?
a charity event.
No way.
I felt chuffed.
In England.
No, Nina.
Oh.
That's mad. And it went okay. You pressed the button, everything worked. Was there even a button?
It's a
or
fake
did they
button.
pretend?
I probably.
Yeah.
Do you know what? The night I turned on the lights for the charity event, I probably had to be helped turn them on because I think I was drunk. So, that's I'm not very proud of that.
It happens. though.
Someone probably just guided me to turn it on.
I'm sure most people that get asked to turn on lights are drunk, like, because you have to be at a status of, to be that type of person. To be not, you have to be
Do you
drunk.
have to give a little speech or something before you do it? No.
No, I
You just go bang. They're on.
It's a really random thing, though. Like, or opening up thing. It's a really weird. It's definitely more. I feel like
Cutting the ribbon.
Yeah, all that stuff's even more so in Ireland, even for like in England, I'm sure, and everywhere. But in Ireland, they do it over the smallest things. Like, if Johnny gets a new car, we'll get someone down to cut a ribbon to celebrate Johnny's new car. Like, the smallest little. I don't know. Ireland's funny like that.
Bless the car was the other thing as well.
But bless the car is that a thing?
Yeah.
What's that?
I'm just like bless.
Well, where is it?
Yeah, I know, but like, no, get the priest to bless the car.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever seen that? No.
Well, I remember my mother blessing the car for who was it? My friend that got a car.
Yeah.
My mother blessed
Right.
it. Yeah.
I was in Bursley. You were in Bursley School. One of the weirdest schools in Ireland. They got new prefab outdoors because a lot of rooms were gone a bit mouldy. So they got new prefabs outside, which were even colder because they were outside and they had no heating. But they got. I remember we got called over and they were like, "Oh, the prefabs are arrived." And
Brilliant.
only one class could fit in at a time, but throughout the day, they had a priest in there who blessed it every time a different class was in there to bless the new prefab. So we went in there and you get splashed with water. We'd all go around in a circle, or we'd all stand there in a circle and the priest go around and splash all of us. And then the next class would go in to make sure that everyone was blessed as they worked for the coming years.
Yeah.
Really weird. But it's kind of cool. Like, it's a funny thing because I believe in that stuff and I believe in blessing and stuff like that. Like, even in a sort of weird, oddly Christian sense. But there is just something I feel like they're just doing it for no reason. You know, they're just doing it because it's the tradition rather than caring. It's really funny. I don't know. It's weird.
When I first went to live in England, it wasn't when I first went to live in England. When I first went to live in Stoke, there, Market Drayton. My friend Alex picked me up. That's who I was going to live with. Yeah. He's an English guy. We were sitting in the car and a magpie passed it. I waved. Do you know when you wave at a magpie to stop the bad luck?
No way.
And like he didn't know me at this stage. Like now he's one of my best friends. He does my videos and everything. Like, but. So I waved at the magpie and then I went, hello, Mr. Magpie, how's Mrs. Magpie today? I said it kind of under my breath because I was nervous about him.
Yeah.
You could see him going, what a fucking lunatic. He's coming to live with me. And then, but I didn't know how much they don't do anything like that because there had to be more graveyards on the way to his house than that because I was blessing myself.
That's right.
And he's looking at me blessing myself and he's like... Yeah, I think we passed another graveyard and he goes, what are you doing? What are you doing? Which I was like, I blessed myself. He'd never done that.
That's
so ambulances, I was blessing myself. He's still to this day because I just thought you were crazy.
That's so funny.
And now he thinks I'm really toned down because he's met my mother. So.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, he didn't understand. Like I'm waving I think he put up on his Facebook, picked up James, he's saluting birds.
That's a good name for a song too. Birds.
So your mother is Johnny's sister, is it?
Yeah, Rita.
Very good.
That's not the Turles. Is this the Turles
connection? Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So 50%. So if someone came up with you and held a rocket launcher to your face and said you have to pick one town. Turles. Oh Jesus! Sorry.
But you didn't wait.
Sorry, lads.
You didn't wait for the finish. He said which town to blow up. So hard luck.
You got me.
We're gonna get a town. That's a good answer. It's like you're PR trained or something. Yeah. Well, let's talk. Actually, finish up soon. But I want to talk about you're doing a gig in Limerick with one of the bands from Turles, Mill Road. Who else is on that? I think I reckon
Jack Keeshan.
Oh, Jack Keeshan's on as well. We had him on this as well, actually.
Yeah.
We had both of them on actually. No, we had the whole gig on the podcast now. But yeah,
that's brilliant.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, so when is that gig and where is it?
The 28th of this month in the Record Room in Limerick, Catherine Street.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was it yourself that, or was it someone you putting it on?
It's mainly organised ourselves, myself and the girlfriend Larry.
That's
big shout out to Larry.
That's savage. I thought it was really cool. Like, who and what made you think of getting like Miller Road and Jack? I just thought they were random.
Just they're both brilliant.
Yeah,
I just said both brilliant, and I love seeing people trying to do. As I said, I'm on round 2. They're on round 1. Let's get them there.
Yeah,
when they're on round 1. They're brilliant. So
yeah, that's class. Yeah, no, they're really cool. It works really well. When I seen that, I was like, those 3 together are so well picked. Like they're just
good night. Yeah,
it's cool. Try and get over to anyway.
When is it again?
The 28th
of what of
July. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. So
2 Thursdays away.
2 Thursdays away. Oh yeah, we might get over there.
And is there like you just go in? Is it a ticket thing? Or?
Tenner.
Okay,
Tenner, and there's tickets online on Eventbrite.
We can leave the link to the ticketing here in the description. Not here now in the room. This is confusing. Here now on the screen that you're watching, there's a link underneath the box that we're on that you're watching.
Can you buy tickets on the door? No.
You can buy tickets on the door, and you can just get tickets if you want to message Laurie or the wire. We'll put her underneath. You can. We'll give you physical tickets as well.
Okay.
Cool. Class. Yeah, that's cool. Looking forward to it.
And that's Laurie's address on the comments below. It's a message her just there.
Yeah. And passport.
Yeah.
And every.
That's her PPS number.
Yeah.
So message her there.
Yeah. I know. We'll definitely try and get over to it anyway. And looking forward to
What time is it on
8 doors are 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, cool.
Yeah. Thanks a million for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Conversation.
Thank you.
And thanks for helping us make this the Nenagh. This is officially the Nenagh podcast.
Nenagh.
I'm saying this rest in peace, Turles. We're done with Turles. No more Turles guests. Just Nenagh. And yeah, see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, lads.
Thank you.
Class. That was
taste of strawberry medicine as it runs down my neck. I feel it draw me in, and when it settles on my mind, just know you'll find me there inside.